There we go. It's 8:30. My clock has ticked over. Good evening. Welcome to Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. Grab your songbooks from carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. You know the drill. Here we go. Let's hear you at home. Lambeth you've never seen. The skies ain't blue. The grass ain't green. It hasn't got that Mayfair touch. But that don't matter very much. We play the Lambeth way. Not like you, but a bit more gay. And when we have a lot of fun. Oh boy, here we go then. Anytime you're Lambeth way, any evening, any day, you'll find us all. What do you find us? Go on, let's hear ya. Every little Lambeth gal with a little Lambeth pal, you'll find us all. What do you find us? Oi, everything free and easy. Do as you don't well please. Why don't you make your way there? Don't go there, stay there. Once you get down Lambeth, week 19, every evening, every day, you'll find us all. What do you find us? My word, week 19, who thought we'd still be here, eh? Hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. With the easing of the lockdown, getting back to some new normal, I suppose. Well, no new normal here on a Thursday. Give us some swaying. Come and make eyes at me down at the old ball and push. Da 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 da. Come, drink some port wine with me down at the old. You should know this without the songbooks now. Hear the little German band. Da 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 da. Just let me hold your hand, dear. Do, come and have a drink or two down at the old ball and push. All the West Ham fans, Steve Brewis for you. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. Then like my dreams they fade and die. Fortune's always hiding. I've looked everywhere. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. We all know this one, of course. Here we go then. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer. Go on, raise the roof. It's not mine anyway. I'm half crazy. I'm not liable for any damage at home. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seats of a bicycle made for two. Now I need a bit of backup from Faye and Andrew at this end for this. Let's all go down the Strand.
Have a banana.
Let's all go down the Strand.
Have a banana.
Oh, but very polite though. You can march behind. Come with me and see what we Carradine's Cockney singers. Let's all go down the Strand.
Have a banana.
Oh, what a happy land. That's the place of fun and noise all amongst the girls and boys. So let's all go down the Strand. Last one. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London, so have a banana. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me, just walking up and down. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. There we go. Good evening, Carradine's Cockney sing-alongers, and any of you else who have joined us this evening. Week 19 of Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. So welcome to those of you who are regulars and friends and fans out there, but also anyone new watching. Of course, if you like what I do, and if you've been here before, then and you're back again, thank you. But do share this video. Click on the share button below. It's great to see so many comments coming in, which I can read this week with my new glasses. Yes, I did go to Specsavers, and yes, and okay, no Harry Potter jokes, thank you. We've already had those on the Facebook group.
Them on me and they
With Andrew wearing them, he definitely looks like Harry Potter. So there we go. Of course, as usual, I have my wonderful wife Faye on comments.
Hello.
And of course, my fantastic son Andrew, who is currently doing some doodles on a pad over there. We'll hopefully have something to show for you a little later on. So Faye, seeing the comments coming in, it's all streaming. Yeah, lots and lots of comments coming in this evening.
Yeah, there's been loads of comments about the specs. And they've all been complimentary.
That's lovely to hear.
Although Richard Hill suggested that maybe another song to do with I Can See Clearly Now.
I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. Who chose the key for that? I can see all obstacles in my way. Well, it's not obstacles actually I need. It's to better see the sheet music and your comments coming in on the phone over here. That's the problem. It's just that distance. So there we go. Well, lots of birthday shout-outs again this week. Unfortunately, I'm terribly sorry. I missed one last week. That came in through my request form on my website. This is a shout out to Ashley and Luigi. Luigi, who is a cat. It was the cat's birthday last week, and that came in from Ashley's sister. Now, Ashley's been working hard during this time as a paramedic, and apparently, Ashley's sister enjoyed watching her on the TV the other night. Oh, tell us more in the comments. What Ashley was doing on the TV. So Ashley and Luigi the cat, happy birthday for last week. Also a huge shout out to Evelyn Elizabeth from your daughter Vera, who was Evelyn, you were 93 yesterday. Many congratulations. And apparently she got my CDs as a birthday present. So there we go. Who could ask for anything more, really? Huge shout out from Jane Walton to Ginny, Virginia Ellie in Canada. It was your birthday yesterday. Ginny, many happy returns. And best wishes from your friend Jane Walton. There we go. And also shout out to Jill Buckingham. Happy birthday, Jill, from Adrian, your husband. Your birthday's on the 29th, so coming very shortly. And they say we've both been singing along with you since week 2 and always look forward to Thursday nights. Oh, that's lovely to hear. And Jill normally sings with the church choir, so he's really missing her singing. Well, yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? One of the reasons why I'm enjoying doing this is because I can connect with you and hopefully you're singing along at home. But yeah, looking at the government regulations as I did last week, it makes no sense whatsoever. So, yes, I mean, who knows? I've done a couple of gigs, outdoor gigs. I do have a Wilton's date for January, which I can't reveal at the moment. But yes, assuming everything goes well and Wilton's opens in January, I will be at Wilton's Music Hall. So yes, make sure you are part of Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers Facebook group. If someone can post the link to that actually in the comments, that'd be much appreciated. Because you guys will be the first to know about that date when it gets released. So there we go. Well, Jill, happy birthday. You've had a request actually for your birthday from Adrian. He wanted if you were the only girl in the world. Now this one is not in the songbooks, but we've sung it enough over the last few weeks. Here we go. If you were the only girl in the world, and I was the only boy, nothing else could matter in the world today. We could go on loving in the same old way. A garden of Eden just made for two, with nothing to mar our joy. I would say such wonderful things to you. There would be such wonderful things to do if you were the only girl in the world and I was the only boy. There we go. For you, Jill, happy birthday. And all the best and lots of love from Adrian. There we go. Now, I was inspired by the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers group today, seeing, I think it was Susanna's picture of a cucumber that she was growing. I thought we might do some more food requests this evening. Always a lot of food requests, kind of innuendo-laden songs. Of course, things like Oh, What a Beauty. I've never seen one as big as that before. So I thought we could get our requests in this evening. I'm going to take some more requests this evening. Or at least give me the shout-outs for pop them in the comment. Your favourite food-related songs. I'm hopefully looking at putting together a few more food-related medleys or different types of food medleys. So yes, get those coming in the comments, and Faye's going to try and copy them down as quickly as she can. And hopefully we'll squeeze a few of those in a little later on. But I thought to get us in the mood for that, we can have a little bit of food, glorious food from Oliver. So we've got this in the songbooks. Bottom of page 5 in your songbooks. Bottom of page 5 goes like this. Here we go then. Food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard. While we're in the mood, cold jelly and custard, peas pudding and saveloys. What next is the question? Rich gentlemen, avid boys, indigestion. Food, glorious food, we're anxious to try. Let's see you. 3 banquets a day, our favourite diet. Just picture a great big steak, fried, roasted or stewed. Oh, food, wonderful food, marvellous food, glorious food. There we go, at the start of our food-related songs this evening. Hopefully we'll have a few more of those coming. And I've got a beautiful one to as our penultimate number this evening, which we'll get there. And if you don't know it, you're going to learn it. It's brilliant. So, Faye, have we got any of those coming in already?
I think they might already be in your medley. The ones I've had so far: boiled beef and carrots, popular choice.
Of course, we're going to be doing that this evening. Don't you worry. Bit of Harry Champion for you.
Lovely bunch of coconuts.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that one, but yes, that can go in this evening.
Got the Bangers and Mash song.
Oh, bangers and mash and macaroni. That was
Yes.
Oh, the Sophia Loren.
And I have to say, Carol Knowles. I'm not entirely sure. No, Run Rabbit Run.
What? No, he'll get by without his rabbit pie. Carol, good choice.
It's food.
He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So it is a food song in the same way with Ma. I miss your apple pie, Ma. I miss your stew. All of those wartime songs. Get those coming in on the comments.
Right, hang on a minute. The Powder Milk Biscuits commercial from a Prairie Home Companion radio show.
Oh, an American one there. There we go.
Could well be.
I'm going to have to look that one up.
Cucumbers. I'm more boiled beef and carrots. So,
yes.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
boiled beef and carrots and a little bit of cucumber are coming in their full versions a little later on this evening. But before we get there, and also this evening, with the food songs and talk about innuendo. Actually, I was explaining to Andrew what innuendo was earlier on. That was an interesting conversation. But the apocryphal story in music hall is the fact that the wonderful Mari Lloyd, the great musical star Mari Lloyd, there is a story that goes, and it is completely not true. It's completely fictitious. I know on good authority that the story goes that she was pulled up in front of the Lord Chamberlain because they said that her songs were too risque and too near the knuckle. And the fact that she was brought up in front of the Lord Chamberlain for singing "She Sits Amongst the Cabbages and Peas." Yes. But of course, the story goes that she then sang it as "She Sits Among the Cauliflowers and Leeks." But yeah, I can assure you those songs do not exist. As much research as I have done, those songs do not exist. Completely made up. So, but yeah, those kind of innuendo songs, innuendo, things like, oh, what a beauty, you've never seen one as big as that before. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. If you can come up with any more innuendo-laden food songs, picking all the big ones out, maybe. Yes, get those in on the comments as well this evening. But before we get there, we've got a little bit of Gus Elan this evening. Another Costa comic alongside Harry Champion. Lots of Harry Champion songs coming a little later on. This one is a request from Margaretta and David, who are regulars of mine at Mr. Fogg's Tavern. And I've seen them at the Coach and Horses and the Golden Eagle, other sing-along hotspots in London. And of course at Wilton's Music Hall, as I mentioned, where I will be back, fingers crossed, in January. And actually they very kindly dropped me by, they popped by the other day, and this little penny farthing on the top up here. They found that, I think Margaret and David were clearing out their mother's house, I believe, in a house clearance, and found that and thought of me, because some of you may have seen my Jules Guides video, where I go out on a penny farthing tour of London with my good friend Julian MacDonald from Jules Guides on YouTube. If you haven't seen that video, I urge you to watch it. It's very, very funny. So, yes, Margaret and David, thank you so much for my little penny farthing. It reminds me so much of that lovely day I spent with Jules and the penny farthing guys. So, a request for Margaretta and David, if it wasn't for the hours is in between. Now, this is in your songbooks, and I think I've given you all the lyrics, so you can give it your best shot. Here we go. Page 3 in your songbooks, page 3. Let's see whether this... No, that note's not working. There we go, that note's working now. I've got the keyboard's playing up a bit at the moment. So here we go, a little bit of Gus Elan for you in your best Cockney accents. It goes like this. If you saw my little backyard, what a pretty spot you'd crop. It's a picture on a sunny summer day, with the turnip tops and cabbages what people doesn't buy. It makes it on a Sunday look all gay. Now the neighbours thinks I grows them, and you'd fancy you're in Kent or at Epsom if you gaze into the mews. Well, it's a wonder that the landlord doesn't want to raise the rent, because we've got such knobby distant views. Do you know the chorus? Oh, it really is a very pretty garden, and Chingford to the eastward could be seen. With a ladder and some glasses, you could see to Hackney Marshes, if it wasn't for the houses in between. There's the bunny shares its egg box with a cross-eyed cock and hen, though they has got the pip and him the morph. In a dog's house on the line post there are pigeons 9 or 10, till someone took a brick and knocked it off. Now the just dust cart, though it seldom comes, is just like Harvest Home, and we mean to rig a dairy up somehow. We'll put the donkey in the washhouse with some imitation horns, for we're teaching him to moo just like a cow. Let's hear you. Oh, it really is a very pretty garden, and Hendon to the westward could be seen, and by clinging to the chimbley you'd see all the way to Wembley, if it wasn't for the houses in between. Though the gasworks isn't violets, they improve the rural scene. For mountains they would very nicely pass. There's the mushrooms in the dust hole and the cowcumbers so green, it only wants a lot of hothouse glass. Now I wear this milkman's nightshirt, and I sits outside all day, like a ploughboy coat what's mizzled on the lea. And when I go indoors at night I don't know what to say, 'cause my language gets as yokel as can be. Last time, oh, it really is a very pretty garden, and the soapworks from the housetops could be seen. If I got a rope and pulley, I'd enjoy the breeze more fully. Big finish, if it wasn't for the houses in between. There we go for Margaretta and David. A little bit of Gus Eland's If It Wasn't for the Houses in Between. I can hear Andrew scribbling away on his designs at that end. And Faye's got some comments coming in.
I've got a couple of shout-outs, actually. One comes from Margaret Bong, who is celebrating her 54th wedding anniversary.
Wow, my word!
So she's sending a very happy anniversary message to her husband.
Oh, wonderful.
And well done. I just think, well done. 54 years. Got a shout out for Tegan from Olive Ferguson Braid, just to kind of say hi. Ooh. And glad you're watching. And well, Karen Hancock was saying that apparently Milady the cat has her birthday today.
Ooh.
She's a very clever skateboarding cat, apparently at the Happy Cat Cafe in Montreal.
Oh my word! The Happy Cat Cafe in Montreal sounds like a place we need to go.
Yeah.
Actually,
not Andrew. He's
pet
allergic.
I love to pet, and every evening we get set. I stroke it every chance I get. It's my girl's pussy.
Not with me because I'm allergic.
Oh yes, Andrew's allergic to cats, so we couldn't go to the cat cafe. Of course. What am I thinking? Maybe I could go on my own.
That's not fair.
You don't want to see the faces here, or face anyway. Andrew's like he doesn't care.
I don't like mice. I have mice.
They wouldn't have mice in a cat cafe because
there's all the cats.
There's the cats. There we go.
We've had a few suggestions on
more innuendo-laden songs.
Well, yes.
Food-related songs.
Well, food, and one could find innuendo in some of them if one wanted to. Little Stick of Brighton Rock.
Oh, of course. With me, what came out? With me little stick of Blackpool rock, along the promenade I stroll. It may be sticky, but I'll never complain. I used to have a nibble at it now and again. Every day and ever I say, all the kids around me flock. One afternoon the bank conductor up on his stand somehow lost his bat and it flew out of his hand. So I jumped in his place and I conducted the band with my little stick of Blackpool rock. With my little stick of Blackpool rock. Great choice. Little Stick of Blackpool. Who was that?
Oh God, I'm really sorry, but can't write that
Whoever
fast.
said that, great suggestion. We're going to put.
I had a couple of people came up with that one, so all of like mind. I don't know if you know this one, the Tra-la-la song from the Banana Split Show.
La 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 la. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4 bananas playing on the banana split store. Something like that, wasn't it?
Possibly.
Yeah, the banana split song.
A T for two.
Oh. T for two and 2 for tea and me for... We'll get on to tea in a minute, actually.
And how about the Jelly Deals song by Joe Brown?
Oh, jelly deals, wobbling around like wonky wheels. Why'd you go and look real sickly? Shove them down your throat real quickly. I've done cup and an empty cup and an empty that it feels. What did do? Wouldn't want to waste it. Lovely jelly deals. I think I need to learn the lyrics to that one. Joe Brown's, of course, Jelly Deals. There's also the Winkles. Oh, Winkles and shrimps are fine. I've since the age of 9. There's a few of those Winkle songs as well. We might do picking all the big ones out later on.
Everybody eats when they come to my house. I don't know. We didn't have who it was by.
Ooh, no. I'm going to investigate that one. Whoever suggested that one.
I'll put a little star next
Brilliant.
to it. And, of course, I've never seen a straight banana.
Never seen a straight banana. Don't you worry, we've got a little banana medley coming a little later on. So there we go. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying what I'm doing this evening, click the share button beneath. As always, go and grab the songbooks from Carradine's CockneySingalong.co.uk. And also, if you're feeling generous and fancy throwing a little tip my way, you can do that in my tip jar, my virtual tip jar on my website as well. Huge shout out to those of you who already donated this evening. James Baker, Gary Hallett, thank you. Janice Standen in Tunbridge. Hello, Janice, just over the railway, just over there. Paul Hockley, oh, you're a gent. Angelica Engel, Susanna Cater, thank you, all of you. Let me just check whether there's anyone else that's thrown something in while we're there. Oh, there we go. Oh, my word, all coming in. Karen Hancock, thank you. Anne-Marie Cannon, Lucy Palfreeman, Katie Fisher and Rachel Hallett. Oh, Richard Knowles as well, thank you. All friends of Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along. You guys, thank you so much for supporting me and keeping me going. As I said, week 19 of this. Who would have thought I'd still be here, eh? But as I'm still restricted from going and performing in my regular kind of pub gigs, Mr. Fogg's Tavern is now open in Covent Garden, but unfortunately no live music there at the moment. So thank you so much for your support in keeping me going. And we'll get to talk about things about merchandise as well a little later on. I'm sure you all want to talk about that. So there we go. Let's just jig something around in my set list now. We've another request this evening. Valerie Remnant has requested Watcher Knocked Him in the Old Kent Road. We've done this a few times, so hopefully you've picked up the chorus already. But I'm not sure I've ever done all of the verses for you. This was an Albert Chevalier hit. Again, another Costa comic alongside Harry Champion and Gus Eden. We're kind of Costa comics this evening. Costermonger type characters that portrayed real kind of working class characters on stage. That's why they were so beloved of the music hall audiences, who were predominantly a working class audience. So Albert Chevalier, though he wasn't working class, he was middle class actually. He was the son of a teacher, I think, and he grew up in South Kensington of all places. But he and his brother Charles Ingle wrote lyrics and music together, and started performing a Cockney act. And one of those songs that he made famous was Watcher Knocked Him in the Old Kent Road. Now Watcher was a kind of Cockney greeting, I suppose. Watch here, Watcher, Watcher. And the whole story about this goes is about a family coming into an inheritance, and of course they come into the inheritance and they get left. They don't get an inheritance, sorry. They get left a donkey shay, so like a donkey cart with a donkey, and then the song is all about the reaction of the locals on the Old Kent Road, which was a poor downtrodden part of London at the time, for their reaction. And of course in the chorus they Watcher, all the neighbours cried, "Who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the street, Bill? Laugh! I thought I should have died. Knocked them in the Old Kent Road." Knocked them as in kind of blew them away or just surprised them totally. Knocked them in the Old Kent Road. So follow the lyrics in your songbooks. You've got all of the lyrics again for this one, I believe. So you can no excuse for joining in. Watcher, page 4, and also you can tell if I get the lyrics wrong. There we go. Page 4 in your songbooks. A bit of Watcher Knocked him in the Old Kent Road. And if I can remember what the verse goes. He says, last week Down a alley came a toff, nice old geezer with a nasty cough. Sees my missus takes his topper off in a very gentlemanly way. Ma says I have some news to tell. Your rich Uncle Tom from Camberwell popped off recent, which it ain't a sell, leaving you his little donkey shay. Watch her, all the neighbours cried. Who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the straight? Bill laugh. I thought I should have died. Knocked him in the old Kent Road. Some says nasty things about the moke. One cove thinks his leg is nearly broke. That's is envy, 'cause we're carriage folk, like the toffs that ride in Rotten Row. Straight it woke the alley up a bit. Thought our lodger would have had a fit when my missus, who's a real wit, says I hates the bus because it's slow. All together then. Watch her, all the neighbours cried. Who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the straight? Bill laugh. I thought I should have died. I knocked him in the old Kent Road. When we starts, the blessed donkey stops. He won't move, so out I quickly ops. Pals start whacking him when down he drops. Someone said he wasn't made to go. Law, it might have been a foreign hand. My old Dutch knows how to do the grand. First she bows and then she waves her hand, calling out, we're going for a blow. All together. Watch her, all the neighbours cried. Who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the straight? Bill laugh. I thought I should have died. I knocked him in the old Kent Road. Every evening on the stroke of 5, me and the missus takes a little drive. You'd say, wonderful, they're still alive, if you saw that little donkey go. I soon showed him that he'd have to do just whatever he was wanted to. Still, I shan't forget that rowdy crew hollering, whoa, steady, Neddy, whoa! Watch her, all the neighbours cried. Who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the straight? Bill laugh. I thought I should have died. I knocked him in the old Kent Road. Hey, there we go. That one for Valerie Remnant. I better watch her knocked him in the old Kent Road. A few little bits of Cockney rhyming slang and things in there as well. What was it? We talked about this before. The my old Dutch, as in my old Dutch knows how to do the grand. As in Duchess of Fife. Cockney rhyming slang for wife. There we go. Some great little turns of Cockney phrase there as well. So Faye looks like she's got some comments to make.
Can I just say that Janine Ramsey's drinking every time you throw your arm out?
Oh, they've been doing that for weeks.
You know, so yeah, I think...
But I'm not. But I haven't said hey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Though, but it doesn't have to have the ha-ha.
Oh, it's just the arm out.
So
there we go.
Sorry,
there we go.
Wasted by now.
Sorry, Janine. There we go. I'm just going to do this all night.
We've had a few people say there's a bit of a syncing issue between the sound and the video, and I'm not sure if everyone's experiencing it or what we can do about it. But I just thought I'd mention it.
I'm running through 4G as normal, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Well,
with that, I'm afraid, but I will investigate.
Also, we've had a couple of cat cafe things come in. And Trix Anderson says there's a cat cafe in Newcastle called Mog on the Tyne.
Oh.
Which is great. And it put me in mind of a lovely cat cafe I saw when I was in Bruges. And it was Puss in Books, because it was a little library you could go to. Oh. And they had cats that they were rehoming. And it was lovely. You went and you read a book and cats came and sat on you. It was so nice.
Oh, there we go. My word.
Just thought I'd share.
Well, when you went with Erin and you didn't take me.
Yeah, that's the one.
For your 40th birthday. There we go. Oh, well, my word. Well, thank you so much for all the comments coming in. Much appreciated. And also, thank you so much for your generosity. Been blown away with the amount of kind of cards and messages and notes and things to say how much you're enjoying the Thursday night lockdown sing-alongs. Huge shout out to the ladies in Pavilion Flowers in Tunbridge. I popped out to buy some flowers this morning and had a lovely chat to a lady there who said, we'll be watching you this evening. So hello to all the ladies at Pavilion Flowers. Thank you so much for doing what you do. Beautiful, beautiful flowers, if anyone is in Tunbridge and passing by. So yes, huge shout out to you. But I said thank you so much for the messages and cards, and we've had a few lovely gifts this week actually. Han and Henny in the Netherlands sent a lovely box of treats from the Netherlands, including these beautiful cufflinks, which are made out of gelders, I think, old gelders. There we go. So thank you so much, Han and Henny, and also actually, Faye's got a beautiful necklace that she sent you.
I'm wearing it. Oh, can you see that?
Yeah, they can see that beyond.
Got a big glass necklace. Thank you so much.
And actually, Andrew's scribbling on some with a pad and pens that they very kindly sent as well. So thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Of course, Margaret and David with the little penny farthing, and also I met with my good friend Carl Lewis and his wife Jenny this morning in Tunbridge, and they gave me this. Which, how apt is that? It's me, look! Well, maybe I need to put the glasses on it. Yeah, there we go, that's better, there we go. Hey! But yeah, and also the fascinating thing, it's a moustache mug tankard, but it also has a moustache thing. I've got a couple of mugs, smaller mugs, that have got a moustache guard. So you don't get it in your beer or in your tea. So thank you so much for that. This has got pride of place on the top of my speaker over here. So Carl and Jenny, thank you so much for that. Much, much appreciated. Now,
it's amazing what you can find in a charity shop.
It really is,
great.
isn't it? Also,
So
huge
fun.
shout out to all of you who've been great in buying my merchandise, which is available on my website. And the first batch of mugs has gone, I'm afraid. Huge thank you and shout out to Derek Blake in Northern Ireland for producing those mugs. Derek, thank you so much for those. And of course to Faye and Andrew for packaging them the other day. Give us a shout out or give us a wave if you've got your mugs and you're drinking anything out of them interesting this evening.
We've had a few. There's gin. There's someone was making a cup of tea.
Of course.
I made all the boxes.
Yeah, Andrew
helped make all the
spent a
boxes
lot of
as well.
time with
I'm
boxes.
glad you like them. Now, with that, don't worry. Derek is producing. There's another box coming later in the week, or early next week, and I'll put those on, and I'll let you know, of course, on the Facebook group as well when those go. And we're looking at another batch as well, coming very soon as well. So yes, watch this space for more of those. There are more tea towels. If you missed out on the self-isolation sing-along tea towels as well, the limited edition. I think I've got about 40 of those left, so get in quick to catch those.
Can I just say, ooh, Jane's drinking Ceylon tea.
Oh, nice. Good choice.
Very
good
classy for a
So yes,
Carradine's
I've got,
mug.
I like a nice cup of tea in the morning for to start the day, you see. And at 11:30, well, my idea of heaven is a nice cup of tea, not a banana. A nice cup of tea with my dinner, and a nice cup of tea with my tea. And when it's time for bed, there's a lot to be said for a nice cup of tea or a gin. So if you're enjoying using your mugs or your tea towels, please do share them. I'm going to start a thread on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers page. If you've got a picture of you, preferably a landscape picture, actually would be lovely, of you or you and your friends using the mugs or tea towels. I'd like to put together a little compilation video of all the wonderful sing-alongers. Or if you're joining in at home, we did a video in the early days, actually, week 5 or 6. So if you're still, obviously still tuning in and enjoying using the mugs and the merch, then do take a photograph for me and share that on the Facebook group. So, or you can tag, I don't know, hashtag Carradine's Cockney Cuppa maybe. There you go, you can do that and I'll find it and put it into the little compilation video. So
We've had a couple of wines.
Oh, wine, brilliant.
Wine.
Perfect. Now, where are we going? I'm just rejigging a few bits and bobs around in my... That's how organised I am with my little spreadsheet of what's going on.
Oh, then whilst you organise that, we've had another cat cafe one. You and Meow cat cafe in Bristol.
Oh.
Richard Lewis said about. So, its cat cafes seem to be absolutely prime for puns.
Yeah, I was trying to think one where very. My brain's not fast enough. There we go. I'm sure I'll come up with one in a moment. Now, talking about. No, not talking about cats at all. We're going to do a completely different song. This one was a request from Josie Jacobson for a wonderful Ivor Novello song, which actually I talked about in a podcast a few weeks ago with the wonderful Philip Holden and the Mr. Books podcast or sponsored by Mr. Books Bookshop in Tunbridge in Kent. So again, I'll post that. So the link's already on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongs group. It's Ideas in Writing podcast, I believe. And I talked to Phil for about an hour and a half, so he's definitely grab a cuppa and have a listen. But we talk about all things kind of lyric-y and the craft of writing lyrics and some wonderful lyrics. And one song that actually came up in our discussion was this Ivor Novello song, which has got a bit of a sing-along chorus. You can once you know what the lines are, you can just repeat them back. It's a little bit of an echo going on here. But this goes out to Josie Jacobson. It's a lovely bit of Ivor Novello, and it's got a beautiful verse. It goes like this. I seem to be the victim of a cruel jest. It dogs my footsteps with the girl I love the best. She's just the sweetest thing that I have never known. But still we never get the chance to be alone. My car will meet her, and her mother comes too. It's a two-seater, still her mother comes too. At Ciro's when I'm free, at dinner, supper or tea, she likes to shimmy with me, and her mother does too. We buy her trousseau, and her mother comes too. Us not to do so, still her mother comes too. She simply can't take a snub. I go and sulk at my club, then have a bath and a rub, and her brother comes too. There we go. I managed to get through that one just about. I'm going to have a little sip of water as Faye takes the lead for a second.
Yes, we've had a couple of other food-related songs. Of course, Bananas in Pyjamas.
Oh, bananas in pyjamas are coming down the stairs. Now, I remember listening to that when I was about 12. Went over to... I've got an aunt and uncle in Australia. We went over to visit them. And yes, so Bananas in Pyjamas. There we go.
We've also got, chicken, lay a little egg for me.
Oh, chicken, lay a little egg for me. Chicken, I want one for my tea. I haven't had an egg since Easter, and now it's 3:30. So, chicken, lay a little egg for me. There we go.
And also, they've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil.
Oh, way down among Brazilians. Oh, no, that's it. Way down among Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the billions, and they've got a lot of extra cups to fill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Ha! There we go. More ones. Maybe I need a tea and a coffee medley. That's what I need. And the Java Jive. I like coffee. I like tea. I like a Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java in me. A cup. There we go. Coffee and tea medley coming very, very soon. Well, there we go. After my coughing fit, there we go. And her mother came too for Josie Jacobson. And also a shout out to Philip Holden, Mr. Books as well, for that fantastic podcast that I was involved in a few weeks ago. I do highly recommend it if you want to have a listen to me and Philip just bumbling on for an hour and a half about all things lyrical, Tom Lehrer, Victoria Wood, a bit about my kind of background in theatre as well. It's well worth a listen, but definitely grab a cuppa. A few more shout outs this evening. A huge shout out to Amy and Sophia in Telford, from John Casey in Telford. He says he loves you and misses you very much. So that's to Amy and Sophia from John Casey in Telford. Huge shout out to those steampunkers, Dean, Linda, Marie and John, who are up in Whitby this evening for the unofficial steampunk event. And apparently Dean is dressed as a steampunk Phileas Fogg, inspired by me. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I masquerade occasionally as a Phileas Fogg for a well-known bar brand in London. But yes, Mr. Fogg's Tavern and Mr. Fogg's Residence. Yes, I appear as Phileas Fogg. So there we go. Dean, I hope you're looking dapper. I want to see some pictures of that showed on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along page. And a huge shout-out from Louise Henderson to Susanna Cater, her son Charlie and Louise's son Jed. It was that last day of term at primary school today. Congratulations, guys, for getting it there. You made it. And Louise says, I'm sure they're gonna love big school. So, boys, hope it all goes very, very well for you in September. Congratulations for getting to the end. And we finished our homeschooling with Andrew yesterday. Yay! And we didn't kill each other. So yes, it's been ups and downs. So huge shout out to anybody out there who's been dealing with trying to keep working while home learning's been going on.
I've got a little request linked with that, actually.
Oh, go
on. There's a message from Tom House just to ask for Bye-Bye Baby for Gemma, who finished teaching for the summer holidays.
Oh.
So she's on the other side.
Bye bye baby, baby goodbye. Bye bye baby, baby don't cry. How's the middle eight going? I can't remember, I'm afraid. So, but there we go, Gemma. So, huge congratulations for getting to the end of term. Yes, to all the teachers out there. My God, they don't pay you enough. They really don't pay you enough. So, there we go. Huge shout out to all of you. Now, request. We're on to our food little stuff now. Food medleys. This one actually goes out to Medley Wilson, who requested boiled beef and carrots. Now, we often sing this in the Cockney and Ease at Medley, but have you ever heard the verses before? This is my first version of this, and my first attempt at it anyway. So I'm going to give it my best shot. Hopefully these glasses are going to help. Oh, we have got the song lyrics for this in the chorus. It's in the book somewhere. Here we go. When I was a nipper, only 6 months old, my mother and her father too, they didn't know what to wean me on. They were both in a dreadful stew. They thought of tripe and thought of steak and a little bit of old cod roe. I said, pop round the old cook shop, I'll tell you what'll make me grow. Boiled beef and carrots, boiled beef and carrots, that's the stuff for your Derby Kell. Makes you fat and it keeps you well. Don't live like vegetarians on food they give to parrots. From morn till night, blow out your kite on boiled beef and carrots. Second verse. We've got a lodger, he's an artful cove. I'm very, very queer, he said. We sent for the doctor and he came round and he told him to jump in bed. The poor chap said, I do feel bad. Then my mother with a tear replied, what would you like for a pick-me-up? He jumped out of bed and cried. What did he cry? Boiled beef and carrots, boiled beef and carrots, that's the stuff for your Derby Kell. Makes you fat and it keeps you well. Don't live like vegetarians on food they give to parrots. From morn till night, blow out your kite. Boiled beef and carrots. I am the father of a lovely pair of kiddies and a nice fat boys. They are twins, you can tell them which are which like a pair of Savoloys. We had them christened in the week when the parson put them on their knee. I said, as they've got ginger hair, now I want their names to be boiled beef and carrots, boiled beef and carrots, that's the stuff for your Derby Kell. Makes you fat and it keeps you well. Don't live like vegetarians on food they give to parrots. From morn till night, blow out your kite. Boiled beef and carrots. There we go, a little bit of Harry Champion for you, boiled beef and carrots. No innuendo in that one at all. I don't know what we're talking about with these.
I've just got a slightly random one, actually. I was looking at this day in history on previous days. Discovered that actually very little seems to have happened. Obviously, people who've got birthdays, brilliant. And David Essex, OBE's his birthday today.
There we go.
It's Daniel Radcliffe's birthday today as well, apparently. He's 31. Who'd have thought? You look at those Harry Potter films and he's now 31.
I know.
Yeah. The Grand Theatre in Blackpool opened 126 years ago today.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Oh, we didn't sing happy birthday to everybody else. Well, let's sing happy birthday to the Grand Theatre in Blackpool. As to the rest of you, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grand Theatre Blackpool. Ashley, Luigi, Evelyn, Elizabeth, Ginny, Jill, Buckingham. Happy birthday to you. There we go, the Grand Theatre in Black. What beautiful Frank Matcham Theatre, that theatre. Designed by the very, very famous Victorian architect Frank Matcham. And it's a beautiful place to play. I've played it numerous times. It's a real kind of... you feel encased in the audience, the way it kind of swings round. And also they use cantilevered... the circles are all cantilevered, so there are no pillars to keep the circles up. It's beautiful. And also there's the Dwarf Bar in the right up in the gods, where the seats go. If the stage is here, and the seats and the gods and the gallery go like that, under here they've got what they call the Dwarf Bar, which back in Victorian times would have had they employed dwarves because they were the only people that were short enough to fit behind the bar, behind this bit. And it's still there behind panelling. I went on a wonderful ghost tour of it when I was there with, I want to say Heidi High, actually. The tour of Heidi High I did about 50 years ago. But yeah, no, Grand Theatre Blackpool was an amazing place to play. And any Frank Matcham theatre, there's something about those theatres beautifully designed. They are the archetypal, if you think of a theatre, that's the archetypal kind of Victorian grand kind of theatre that you would imagine. So, there we go. Happy birthday, Grand Theatre in Blackpool. Now, more requests. We were talking about a little bit of cucumber as well. This goes out to Susanna Cater. Another request for Susanna Cater. And it was Valerie Appleton who showed a picture of her, was it her son, the courgette had they grown? I think it was a courgette. But it had grown slightly bigger. We could call it a marrow, couldn't we? That was inspired by this for the comment of, oh, what a beauty. So a little bit of cucumber. Again, we sing this as another Harry Champion song. I listened to a very interesting podcast the other day on this, actually, that my good friend John Orchard, who's another sing-along pianist and involved with the British Music Hall Society, put me onto. Again, I'll post a link to this. It's an interesting thing. And Peter Charlton, who's one of the historians from the British Music Hall Society, interestingly said that there is no innuendo in this song. And I think I'll have to agree with him, actually. Unless there are later versions where you sing, I like piccolo, I like piccolo, little bit of cucumber, I come, you come, a little bit of cucumber, which is slightly dodgy, I suppose. But in the original version, it goes a little bit of cucum, a little bit of cucumber. So, see whether you listen to the lyrics for the verses, whether there's an innuendo in here. So here we go. It goes like this: a little bit of cucumber. We have got the lyrics for this again in your songbook. So, I was weaned on cucumber, and on my wedding day, sitting down to supper when the guests had gone away, my old darling said to me, "You must be hungry, Joe. What is it you fancy?" I said, "Fancy, don't you know? I like pickled onions, I like piccalilli. Pickled cabbage is alright with a bit of cold meat on a Sunday night. I could go tomatoes, but what I do prefer is a little bit of cucum, a little bit of cucumber." There we go. I'm not sure. I went flying in the air with my old college chum. Suddenly he said to me, "We're bound for kingdom come. Is there anything on your mind before you wear a crown?" I said to my way, I began to shake and said, "Write this confession down. I like pickled onions, I like piccalilli. Pickled cabbage is alright with a bit of cold meat on a Sunday night. I could go tomatoes, but what I do prefer is a little bit of cucum, a little bit of cucumber." There we go. What do you think? Any innuendo in this one? I don't know. To the Lord Mayor's banquet I got in one foggy day. When I saw the grub I took my appetite away. Sparrow's grass and chaffinches and pig's head stuffed with jam. I said to the waiter there, "You don't know who I am." For I like pickled onions, I like piccalilli. Pickled cabbage is alright with a bit of cold meat on a Sunday night. I could go tomatoes, but what I do prefer is a little bit of cucum, a little bit of cucumber. There we go, Harry Champion's A Little Bit of Cucumber. And just for Janine, an extra drink for you. There we go. Any comments and stuff coming in there, Faye?
We have had loads of suggestions for either a tea and coffee medley or just on the food. So, food-wise, Candyman.
Oh, who can take a sunrise? Sprinkle sprinkle it with dew, cover it in chocolate and... No, that's the there was an advert, wasn't there? They used it. Cover it in chocolate and a crispy coated shell. The M&Ms. It was the M&Ms.
I've no idea.
There's a Candyman, which was Aubrey Woods. Reconnect. Oh, there we go. Must be having a problem with the internet tonight. That was in Candyman in the original film of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It was Aubrey Woods who played Potiphar and Jacob in the London revival of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which starred Jason Donovan. Back in the 1990s. There we go. Fascinating fact.
Lovely bit of trivia. You say tomato?
Oh, you say tomato and I say tomato. You say potato and I say potato. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Let's call the whole thing off. Yes?
Yep. I like bananas because they've got no bones.
Yes! Now, of course, this should go in my... it's an old kind of blues song. Because they have no bones. I'm going to add it onto my list and I will add it to my banana medley. And talking of banana medley, is it time for the banana medley? This is in your songbooks. So grab page 5 of your songbooks. And it goes like this. Well, I get along without sugar. I never drink any tea. Eggs and bacon, beef and ham. These things don't bother me. I never miss eating chicken. To me it just don't mean a thing. There's just one thing that I crave, and that's why you'll hear me sing. Oh, when can I have a banana again? Tell me, mother, do. When can I have a banana again? Like I used to do. I like 'em for breakfast, I like 'em for lunch. I don't mind them single or all in a bunch. When can I have a banana again? Tell me, mother, do. Now, I've seen lots of funny things in my time, but there's one thing that I've not seen up till now. For years and years and years I've kept on searching, but I always seem to have bad luck somehow. To find the thing I'm searching for around the world I've been, but now I'm going to tell you what it is I haven't seen. Well, I've never I've never seen a straight banana. I've searched every town, I've seen bananas standing up and seen them lying down. I've tried everywhere to find one, Africa, Jamaica or Havana, but I've never seen a straight banana. Yes, we have no bananas, have a banana. We have no bananas today. We got string beans and onions, cabbages and scallions, all kinds of fruit and say. We have an old-fashioned tomato, Long Island potato, but yes, we have no bananas. Have a banana. We have no bananas. We have no bananas. We have no bananas today. Hey, there we go. Janine, drink. A little bit of a banana medley. Sorry for the connection issues in that. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I'm running on 4G as normal this evening, so I'm not sure what's going on. But there we go. Any comments or shout-outs that are coming in?
Yeah, just a few people talk about Frank Matcham theatres. So we've got Belfast Opera House.
Oh, now the Belfast Opera House. Beautiful, beautiful theatre. Beautifully renovated as well. Backstage areas too. I've played that twice. Had the great pleasure of playing Belfast twice. And also the I can't remember what the name of the pub is opposite. With the beautiful kind of Victorian booths as well. That's a beautiful, beautiful pub. So, yes, Belfast Opera House.
Bristol Hippodrome.
Oh, Bristol Hippodrome. Again, played that about 3 or 4 times. Beautiful, beautiful Frank Matcham house. With the removable, it's got a sliding roof light thing, so that they can let air and stuff into the auditorium. Amazing. Again, cantilevered balconies there. And a beautiful, beautiful venue to play. Again, a great reaction from the audience in Bristol. And
apparently there is one in Wakefield. So do you know what it's called?
Oh, I don't know. I don't. A Frank Matcham in Wakefield. I don't. I've never played that one. So I will investigate, but Wakefield, my word.
And also, there's a question coming from Rosalind Stewart saying, didn't Matcham do the London Coliseum?
He did indeed. That was perhaps his biggest theatre that he ever built. He was actually looked down upon by, and the Hackney Empire, of course.
Yeah.
He was looked down upon by theatre architects because it was so grand and kind of grandiose, I suppose.
Hang on a minute. The Theatre Royal in Wakefield.
Theatre Royal in Wakefield.
Matcham.
Oh my word! There we go. Well, there are lots. There were more, of course. A lot of them have been knocked down over the years, or knocked down or burnt down as well. So yes, but yeah, the Coliseum is a great example of a Frank Matcham theatre, and Hackney Empire too. Again, Hackney Empire is an amazing theatre to play. But yeah, with each of these designs were really quite grandiose and lots of ornate kind of gilded statues and things. But yeah, they are those chocolate box theatres that we imagine when we think about the word theatre. So yes, great theatres to play, and also great. The great thing about the way that he designed with the sight lines, not only from even if you're sitting right up in the gods in Blackpool or at the Hackney Empire or whatever, the sight lines to the stage are amazing, and also the acoustics too. To think that someone like Mari Lloyd could sing Saturday night at the Hackney Empire to 2,500 people, right up to the gods, singing over a 15-20 piece orchestra, no amplification, but because of the way they're designed they're like a gramophone horn, the way the sound projects out, it's beautiful. So yes, Frank Matcham, legend.
Yeah. Changing the subject.
Yes.
I do confess, I didn't write down who suggested this, but there was a question as to whether you might produce a calendar for Christmas.
Ooh.
12 images of Tom Carradine to torture
God,
you
no,
in
you don't want-
2021.
No, I was thinking maybe song lyrics, or I don't know.
You said baubles.
We talked about a little commemorative bauble. Perhaps, would you be interested in buying a bauble for Christmas at Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along bauble? I mean, you can be discreet. You can pop it right at the back of the Christmas tree. No one's going to notice. But yeah, then you can get it out in years to come and think, oh, I got myself through lockdown by watching Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along. So if you fancy a bauble, then let's talk about it after. If you want to chat about and just have a bit of a debrief after the show, Faye and I do go live on Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers for about 45 minutes after the show this evening. We had a lovely chat last week about children's TV theme tunes and school hymns as well. So do come along and join us. It's a private group, so if you ask to become a member, I can approve you, and we'll see you once we put Andrew to bed. Well, he'll still listen in and throw some interjections in as well. But yes, we'll be going live after this evening. So we're coming rapidly towards the end. So we haven't got a huge amount of time now. So it's now time for the big one. This one was a request a few weeks ago, and I'd forgotten. I have to admit, I'd forgotten that someone requested it. Andrea Burnett, who is a wonderful performer. She performs with a vaudeville kind of duo steampunk cabaret act called the Cogneys, with her husband. And she said to me a while back, the Fruiterers song. And I'd completely forgotten about that one. And someone reminded me the other day about this, which I'm going to name drop here. The most famous version that I know of is Lily Savage, Paul O'Grady singing it, who I had the great pleasure of working with when I was assistant musical director on Aladdin at the theatre at the O2. It wasn't in the O2 Arena. It was a few years ago, and we performed in a temporary theatre underneath the dome, inside the dome, but not the main arena. We had great fun doing that, and Paul O'Grady, wonderful, wonderful gentleman. And yes, so his version of "Please Don't Touch My Plums," the Fruiterers song. Now you have got lyrics for this, so no excuses for singing this on. This is on page 6 of your songbooks. So if you don't know this, I urge you to learn it, because it's brilliant. It was originally written by Shami Khan, and I think it was also used in a film with Goldie Hawn in the 1970s or 80s, I think. So the Dirt something in the desert, I can't remember. But yes, like a kind of Wild West movie. But here we go, for you, a little bit of "Please Don't Touch Me Plums." Page 6 in your songbooks. You're going to be able to pick up the chorus. It's dead easy. It goes like this. Me mother had a fruiterer, the finest ever seen. His fruit was fresh and firm and hard, and for the most part clean. The ladies came from far and near to sample his supply. But when the mums reached for his plums, the fruiterer would cry, can touch me berries, but you must not touch me plums. You can touch me cherries, but be careful with those thumbs. Squeeze me limes 1,000 times from now till winter comes. I beg you each enjoy a peach, but please don't touch my plums. Now a title lady came one day. She had a strange request. She'd promised some plum pudding for a very royal guest. I understand your plums, sir, are inordinately large. I'll try a few, and if it's true, I don't care what you charge. Oh, you can grope me apples, me bananas, and me pears. These nectarines, these tangerines, and all me other wares. The Queen's Own Guard would ride up hard with sabres, plumes, and drums, and I'd salute, say, have a fruit, but please don't touch me plums. Kick line chorus to finish. Oh, you can grope me cantaloupe, and I won't hardly mind. Ask to stroke me artichoke, or anything you find. Act like felons with me melons, and we'll still be chums. Try some of those, try some of these. I beg you now on bended knees. I've got so much for you to squeeze, but please don't touch me plums. Get your hands off me plums. There we go. They really don't write them like they used to. Well, if we're talking about innuendo-laden songs, well, they don't get much bigger than that, do they? There we go. Please don't touch me plums. I do encourage you to have a look for the Paul O'Grady version, singing it as Lily Savage. So there we go, I'm afraid we're coming towards the end, which is slightly overrunning this evening. Thank you so much for joining in this evening, week 19 of Tom Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. Huge shout-outs to Faye, my wonderful wife, on comments. Yay! Any final comments in there?
Just the baubles seem popular.
Ah, there we go, fantastic. And of course to Andrew, we got any pictures you've done?
One picture.
Oh, come on, pass it over, let's have a quick look.
The Minecraft picture.
Well, Minecraft picture, come on.
It's a whole scene.
Oh, it's a Minecraft scene, there we go. We might have to auction these off at the end of before when we get to Christmas. We'll keep these. Wow! Oh, going down to the mine. There we go.
With diamonds.
And diamonds at the bottom. Oh, even better. Wow, that's amazing.
And love and that portal and the wizard.
We might have to have that up on our wall here anyway. So there we go. And of course to Marcus, my good friend who's dealing with all my back end, as it were. Innuendo again. Marcus deals with my back end every week. And dealing with all your messages while I'm live, and also sorting out some of the social media sharing. So thank you, Marcus, for that. Hope you all guys have a wonderful week. Stay safe. Now, for the last couple of weeks, I've had So Long Farewell on the list as the last song. We never get round to it because we always get run out of time. It's because I'm chatting too much. So I promise you, So Long Farewell coming next week. If you want to join us for Carradine's Cockney sing along, what's it? We've got Lockdown Lock-In. There we go. That's what we're calling it. Afterwards on Carradine's Cockney sing-alongers, give us a friend's request, or give us a request on the Carradine's Cockney sing-alongs group, and I'll let you in. Thank you so much for those of you put money in my tip jar this evening. Sorry for missing those those quick shout-outs. To those of you, Louise Conlon, Steve Medley, thank you. Heather Owen, Adrian Prue, thank you. And Marie Kristen Coomber, John Jovino, thank you. Helen Chambers, much appreciated. Christine Osborne, Wendy Hollis, Richard Lewis, Barry Nunn, hi Barry and the family. Vera Yechinik, Emily Everard, thank you. Sue Ashdown Day, Lisa Moore, Hadley R, oh you're very kind. Kathleen Carroll, Margaret Madrick, Judith Dolby, thank you. Louise Henderson, Virginia Appleton, all these wonderful friends and fans. Virginia L, Emma Smith, and Richard Knowles, who I mentioned earlier on. Thank you so much for popping stuff in the tip jar. It means I can continue doing what I'm doing. So yes, we're here again for another week, and then is it the next week and then the week off? No, we've got two more weeks. We've got 2 more weeks before I have a well-deserved holiday. So 2 more weeks. Yes, hopefully see you next week. But as we always do, as we always send to finish with this. Here we go. Show me the way to go on. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Tell me about it. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Stay safe, guys, wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foe. You can always hear me singing this song. Oh, one more time. Be the way to go home. Let's hear you. Show me the way to go. Don't touch me plums. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may roam, on land or sea or boat, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Stay safe, and we shall see you same time next week for week 20 of Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along next Thursday. See you then. All the best.